Last year, John Cena only wrestled a few times for WWE, but many of his fans noticed that John was in not as good of shape as he used to be. But now in 2020, John Cena has changed his physique, and now John believes that he is in his best shape in years. John Cena heard the criticisms about his physique last year, which motivated him to completely change his workout routine, but also lose weight that he has been carrying around the past few years. John has said that because he rarely wrestles anymore, he started working out less often, but that has changed now, and John is happier than ever with his new physique thanks to his new workout routine. Roman Reigns doesn't need to focus on having the most muscular pectoral muscles or having the most defined 8-pack abs due to the fact that his ring gear covers up most of his physique and only his arms are visible. And knowing that fans will never see most of his body, he has begun to focus on toning and adding muscle to his arms. And it's his goal to have the biggest arms in wrestling and add believability that his Superman punches are truly devastating because of how powerful his arms are. But Roman isn't the kind of wrestler who likes to flex in the ring, so many fans may never know just how muscular Roman's arms are and how many hours he spends in the gym, making them stronger than anyone else's in wrestling. When Edge made his surprise return during the 2020 Men's Royal Rumble match, fans were surprised at how just good of shape Edge was in, because prior to Edge retiring back in 2011, he was not in great shape and was beginning to lose a lot of his muscle and become heavier. But fast forward to 2020, and at the age of 47, Edge is now in amazing shape. But it wasn't an easy road for Edge to get back into good enough shape so he could wrestle again. He had to ditch the carbs and begin eating a high-protein, low-carb diet, as well as putting countless hours at the gym and train harder than he's ever had to before. But it all turned out to be worth it, as fans were stunned by Edge's body transformation, and many fans have said that Edge is in even better shape today than he was back in 2011. Drew McIntyre is well known for his massive physique, but when Drew McIntyre wrestled for Impact Wrestling a few years ago, he had a totally different physique. Back then, Drew McIntyre went by his real name, Drew Galloway, because WWE wouldn't allow him to use his WWE name. Drew also had a much skinnier physique. When Drew returned to WWE in 2017, he shocked fans with his new physique. Drew said in interviews that he changed his physique because he wanted to impress Vince McMahon, who loves it when wrestlers are extremely muscular because they look larger than life. When fans saw Bill Goldberg against The Undertaker and then Dolph Ziggler, he was still in tremendous shape, but some fans remarked how the 53-year-old wrestler was beginning to show his age because he was not in the kind of shape that he had been in when he feuded with Brock Lesnar in 2016. While it is true that Goldberg was in better shape in 2016 compared to 2019, he is most likely in the best shape that he can be in for a man his age, and he is willing to wrestle in the same trunks that he did in the past that leave little to hide, including his stomach, which in 2019 began to show a bit more flabbiness compared to the past when he had 6-pack abs. But this is to be expected for a man in his 50s, and at this time, he is probably in the best shape of any wrestler who is in their 50s. When John Morrison returned to WWE in January 2020, WWE fans were shocked when they saw John's new physique. Before John left WWE in 2011, he was in great shape, but he was much thinner than today. Since then, John has changed his mindset of how to work out. And now John focuses on bulking up and building up his upper body. John Morrison recently turned 40 years old, but because he only wrestled a part-time schedule in Impact Wrestling and on the independent circuit, when he was gone from WWE, he had way more time to put into the gym and be able to create a new physique. But now that John Morrison is wrestling a full-time WWE schedule, we will have to wait and see if he can maintain his current physique. Sheamus was always in good shape, but never in amazing shape. But when he made his return in January 2020, he shocked some fans by revealing his transformed physique and how his body now looks completely different compared to how it looked in the past. Sheamus did this by taking control of his diet and stopped eating out so much, and instead he ate home-cooked meals. Or, if he had to go out on the road, bringing with him prepared meals with the right mix of protein, fats, and carbs. Sheamus was able to stay motivated while transforming his body by making sure he had workout partners who would push him to not slack on workouts and to always give it his all. One of the reasons why Andrade has received a major push as of late is because Vince McMahon likes Andrade's toned muscular physique and how each and every week Andrade just keeps getting in better and better shape. But it wasn't always this way for Andrade. When he first debuted in NXT, he wasn't in very good shape, and his physique had very little definition, if any at all, compared to now, where he is completely shredded and takes pride in his six-pack abs, well-defined pectoral muscles, and his ever-growing bicep muscles. Andrade is no doubt a very talented wrestler, but back before he transformed his body, he had the same in-ring skills that he has today, but his career went nowhere because Vince McMahon prefers male wrestlers who have great physiques. And as soon as Andrade dished his average-looking physique and traded it in for a much more muscular one, he secured a top spot in the company, and he said goodbye to the old Andrade forever. Brock Lesnar is well known for having one of the best physiques in all of wrestling, with his huge triceps, biceps, chiseled pectoral muscles, and because of this, many fans were completely shocked when they saw Brock Lesnar at the 2020 Royal Rumble, where it seemed that Brock had gained a significant amount of weight and was beginning to lose some of his muscle definition, and most noticeable was Brock's stomach, which was no longer flat or defined, as it was just a year earlier. Now Brock's stomach was so big that it was overhanging the waistband of his shorts, a far cry from the way Brock's stomach usually looks, with a sculpted six-pack and very little belly fat, if any at all. But during the 2020 Royal Rumble match, it was all too clear to fans that Brock had apparently let himself go and had gained at least 20 pounds of belly fat, and his sculpted six-pack abs were long gone. So what happened to the Beast Incarnate that fans grew to know and love? And why did he let himself get so out of shape? The answer could be due to the long layoff between the last match of 2019 that Brock had at the Survivor Series against Rey Mysterio, and taking over 2 months off until the 2020 Royal Rumble match. But Brock should be used to taking so much time off, since he only wrestles a part-time schedule. But it could be simply that Brock is now well into his 40s, and as men get older, it becomes increasingly hard to lose body fat, especially in the stomach area. And because of this, fans may never see the old Brock Lesnar ever again. Rusev returned a few months back and surprised everyone when he revealed that he had lost weight and also had a new slimmed down, muscular physique. Before Rusev returned, he had a much bigger and bulkier physique, but then Rusev decided that he weighed too much and felt that his weight and diet was becoming very unhealthy. During Rusev's time off, Before his return, he started eating healthier and doing more cardio workouts, and the weight loss results were dramatic, and Rusev lost nearly 30 pounds. Today, Rusev is rarely seen without a smile on his face, because he is so proud that the hard work he put in the gym has paid off, and he believes that he will be able to maintain his current physique for many years to come.